What's for dinner? Hey everyone, I'm Chef Z and welcome back to my channel, Chef Z Cooks. Today I have a super fun video. We are going to be going over my favorite kitchen gadgets and my favorite kitchen tools. Now, a few months ago, I shared a video where I shared my top 5 favorite pots and pans. So if you haven't checked out that video, go ahead and do so, and I'll be sure to link it down below. Now, when I made that video, I told myself, okay, if I had to restart my whole entire kitchen collection, what are the pots and pans that I absolutely cannot live without? And what are the ones that I would just run and re-buy to have a cohesive collection? And when it came to this video, I pretty much had the same mindset. Now, before we jump into all of my must-haves, I wanna make a couple of things clear. Number one, please do not feel like you have to run out and buy everything that I'm going to be mentioning in the video. However, for those of you who are interested, I will have the items linked below, and just know that some of them aren't going to be exactly the ones that you see today, and that's because, spoiler alert, some of them you can't find because I either bought them out of the country or they were gifts. Now, you guys are going to be learning a lot about me. I'm a little bit basic. I actually don't like to do the most when it comes to kitchen gadgets. So I hope that you guys have fun, and I'm curious to know what are some of the things that you cannot live without in your kitchen. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for my first must-have kitchen tool, this should come as no surprise, and that is my lime squeezer. Now, I get probably the most amount of questions when it comes to this guy right here. And I hate to tell you guys, but I cannot find this anywhere. And trust me, I have tried. I actually bought this lemon squeezer on vacation when I went to Puerto Rico, and there's just nothing else like it. I'm gonna link a few down below that I have gifted that work just as well. Now, a lime squeezer, I know it just doesn't sound exciting, but when you have a little cut in your hand and you don't wanna squeeze a lime with your hand, this guy comes right in handy and just gets the job done. Another item that I'm absolutely gaga and crazy for are these stackable measuring cups. And the great thing about this is that they have a magnetic tip and they just stick to one another. Now, I have the cups and I have the spoons, which does the same exact thing. And of course, I'm gonna link these down below. Now, one of the things that I love about this is that they save space, and space is a premium here in my kitchen. I don't know about yours. So anything that is stackable or collapsible, listen, you got me there. This is an honorable mention, okay? These are just, they're so glamorous, they're gold, they're shiny, and I love them. I think they photograph really well. However, I actually had these first, and I've had these for like about 5 or so years, and I just got these about a year ago, and I thought for sure that I was going to like these more than these, but these are just really pretty, and I have to say that these are a little bit high maintenance, and I think it's great when you're having people over, and that's really when I bring these out, is when I have people helping me in the kitchen. But otherwise, honorable mention. These are really, really nice, and I love how they look, and they're actually really good quality. They're pretty heavy. I'll link them down below in case anybody's interested, but they don't hold a candle to the ones that are stackable and just like you can neatly put them away. My salt cellar. What is there not to love? I like to cook with my hands, obviously, and a lot of cooking is very tactile, so feeling things in your hand also helps you get comfortable in the kitchen. And a lot of the times when you just know your way around the kitchen, you don't have to measure everything, and a lot of the times it's because you're using your hands to cook. And one of the things I have noticed over the years is that I really love a salt cellar, which is wooden, like this one. This one actually has a little magnet so that when it closes, it kind of links up on its own. It's great because when you're cooking, you can just like kick it out. And you guys see me do this in like every single video, honestly, and there's kosher salt in here. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning this one is because I recently bought one that was not wooden and didn't have a magnetic closure like this one. I actually have it in my apartment. It's a really pretty one. It's by Hearth and Hand. I bought it at Target. It's porcelain. The problem is that that thing breaks, and sometimes when you're moving around in the kitchen, I'm so nervous that I'm just gonna like toss it around sometimes when I'm in a rush. And I really wish that I would have just bought this one instead. So it really let me know that this is the one that I prefer. And speaking of something that I prefer, a Peppermill. I love a Peppermill. I like it so much more than ready ground black pepper. I actually like to grind it myself because you truly get the essence of fresh cracked pepper. It just, I can smell it in my hand. It actually smells amazing. I have two here that I actually recommend. This one here is by Le Creuset, and depending on where you can get it, you can either get these dirt cheap or they can get a little pricey because they also vary in size. Now, the thing about this, and I don't know that a lot of people know this, funny enough, my mom didn't, and I had to like tell her because she would buy Peppermills, and when the pepper ran out, she would throw them on. I was like, Ma, that's not how that works. So they have a little pin on top that you screw off. You take the top off and you put the pepper, like the whole peppercorns in there. With this one in particular, you put the pin back on, and then depending on how tight you screw the pin on will determine just how coarse the pepper you have that comes out. So the tighter it is, the more fine the pepper, and the looser it is, the like more coarse the pepper comes out. Now that is for this design, and this one is plastic, it's beautiful, it's red, and a lot of my kitchen accents tend to be either red, blue, and these days green. Now, the other one that I recommend is by Peugeot. Again, I will link these down below. This one is a wooden one. This one's actually a smaller one, and you actually refill it the same way. However, I actually just bought a larger one in my apartment, and that one is really fun, and I wish I had it here with me because that one on the bottom is where you can actually change the fineness and the coarseness of the pepper. And again, if you guys aren't using fresh black pepper, I hope I have convinced you to, you know, switch up your life and like level up, because this stuff is truly amazing, especially, you know, a little fresh black pepper over some pasta or a salad. Amazing. These are in no particular order, by the way. I'm just going through them as quickly as I can so that we're not here for a million years. One of the things I absolutely love is a Pilon, which is a Mortar and Pestle. And one second, please. I actually collect them and I have them in varying sizes. This is the one that I use the most because it's the biggest one. You can make a mofongo in here. You can mash your garlic, your whole oregano, spices, whatever you like. I always tend to go for a wooden one. I love these because I cook with them, I grind spices, plants, there's so many dishes. I will link a few down below. When you're trying to figure out what size to get, you just have to ask yourself how you intend to use it. I find the bigger one to actually be a little bit easier to use because things are less likely to fly out of it. Because listen, if you've ever mashed garlic in your Pilon, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So these are silicone spatulas. I don't know if they have a different name. Please comment down below because you will be helping me out a tremendous deal if you let me know any other names that these go by. I actually bought these, I want to say close to anywhere between 3 to 5 years ago in Target, and I wish I would have bought all the other colors that they've come in because I love the wooden handle. And I like that they come in different colors because depending on what I'm cooking, I like to color code things. I personally like the silicone because it doesn't burn and it doesn't scratch the surface of my pots, because I do have some pots, like I had mentioned in my favorite top 5 pots and pans videos. Some of them are enameled cast iron and I don't want to scratch them because then that's how you ruin them. I will link some other ones down below. They are not these ones because unfortunately Target has played all of us and they no longer sell these, which is why I'm asking you guys if you know if they go by a different name, because really what I like about these is the shape. So this is a spatula. This is nice for baking and mixing, you know, but I really like this one because this one, the shape of this one is like, it has a spoon. You can kind of like scoop things up. That's why it was called a spoonula. It's like a mix of a spatula and a spoon. I'm gonna link the one that I have found, but I'm still looking for a better replacement because I need more of these. Funny enough, I have never filmed with this before on my channel. At least you guys have never seen me use this, but I actually use this all the time. And this is a garlic press. And the reason why I like this one in particular, I'm about to put y'all on, y'all don't even know. This one is heavy duty, okay? Mira, mira. Eso es buena calidad, all right? I'm telling you right here, right now. You heard it here first. This is the best quality garlic press that I have ever used. I actually was so against using this because, like, you guys know I love to use my Pilon instead, but it wasn't until I found this one that's like super sturdy that I was like, all right, I can work with you. Because believe it or not, with some things, as good as I take care of my things, there are some things I'm just so rough with, and you would think I was the Incredible Hulk the way I smash things up. But this one in particular is by Ikea. I'm gonna link it down below if they have it in stock. If you go to your local Ikea, go to their little marketplace area and get you one of these. Moving on, we have this guy right here. Looks amazing, right? Ooh, what is it, Z? It's a salad spinner. So one thing about me, I eat a ton of salad, like a ton of salad. And the reason why I love it is because it's collapsible. It works like a dream, but it also saves a ton of space. So if space is a premium in your kitchen the way it is in mine, then you'll really appreciate something like this. And I know this seems like so gimmicky, but I promise you, until you have had a salad spinner, you don't know what you're missing out on. And I recommend getting one that just collapses onto itself, because sometimes it can get a little bulky and you're like, well, where the hell am I gonna put that thing away? And I feel you on that. Another kitchen tool that I absolutely swear by, that you guys actually have not seen me use on camera, but I actually use it all the time. There are these metal mixing bowls. Now the reason why I love them is because they have a rubber bottom, so when you put them down, they don't move. So if you're making cookies, melting chocolate, making French toast, or a ton and you're beating a bunch of eggs, this guy comes in handy. Now, I do love the glass ones that you guys see me use time and time again. I love those because you can put those in the dishwasher and they clean up. However, glass is glass, and I know sometimes, especially during the holidays, there's a lot of commotion, mucho can, you know, going on around the house. And so sometimes I get a little nervous knowing that there are things that can very easily break. And that's why I absolutely love these. These are super affordable. You can clean them. I always look for ones that have a rubber bottom just so that they don't slip and slide everywhere. And I always have a ton on hand. Like, these are 2, but I probably have like 8 more stashed away. So we're getting down to about the last 3, which I'm really excited. I'm gonna save the best one for last. Now we have some silicone kitchen tongs. I believe I also bought these on Target. I will link them down below. I don't think that you need a ton of things to really like be a badass in the kitchen and, you know, whip up some really good meals for you and your family. Sometimes less is more. I love these tongs in particular, again, because they are heat resistant. They're super easy to use. And I always go for different colors because depending on what you're cooking, it helps kind of keep track. Let's say you're making air fryer chicken, which I do have a recipe here on my channel, so definitely, you know, link it down below. So when I'm putting the raw chicken into the air fryer or into the pot, whatever it may be, I'll use this one. And then once it's done, I'll take it out with this one. And having the different colors helps me keep track of what's what. And trust me, I have a ton more colors because I'm weird. It's the way I grew up. It was like ingrained in my head, but I don't like to mix things that I use for meats with things that I use for veggies and salads. And like I told you, I eat a ton of salad. So I actually have even more colors that are only for vegetables and are only for salads. And these are fairly inexpensive, and it's just a really great way to stay organized in your kitchen. This is the runner-up. We have this guy. Do we know what this is? Comment down below. Some of you OGs will know exactly what this is. So this is a Mangu masher. Just kidding, that's not what it's called. This is a potato masher, but this is an old school one with the diamonds, and this is what my grandmother used to mash and make mangu. And this is one of the ones that I used in my mangu video. Now, I like this one purely for nostalgic reasons. This one is kind of hard to find. I will try my best to link one because I found this in una bodeguita, like in Brooklyn, like just walking around, not gonna lie. I'm gonna see if I can find it online, but full disclosure, full transparency, okay? This one with the little diamonds is a little bit hard to clean. And the more modern ones have like the squiggly lines. Now, I don't own that one because I already have this one, so I don't see the need to have two of the same thing that do the same thing. But I imagine that that one is a little bit easier to clean. Comment below and let me know if you have one and how durable or easy it is to clean. Again, I just like this one with the diamond because it just brings me back. It's old school, it's a classic, and what is there not to love? Last but not least, we have this guy right here. This is a blowtorch, and I love this thing. This is hands down my most fun tool in the kitchen. My husband probably uses this a lot more than I do, but every time we use it, we get so giddy. We're like really big kids when we bring out the blowtorch. Now, if you have kids in the home, please be careful when using a blowtorch. Like, I don't want to hear no stories about somebody fulano got burned, this, and this. No, 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 no. Proceed with caution, okay? So what do you use this for? You can use this for a variety of different things. One of my favorite ways of using it is if you make creme brulee, you put that sugar on top, you blowtorch it, and oh my goodness, you get a nice caramel crispy top. The other way that I actually use it quite a bit, and I haven't shown it yet here on my channel, so definitely give this video a huge thumbs up and let me know if that's what you want me to do. But we have a sous vide and we use it quite a bit. And once you sous vide a steak or even a pork chop, it's really nice to either throw it in a cast iron skillet and have it get like a nice crispy exterior, or you can go in with this blowtorch if you only want to crisp up the exterior and you don't want to overcook the interior because it's probably like just perfectly cooked at the right temperature. You go in with this bad guy and it's great. And also too, like, it's just fun. But again, proceed with caution. Don't let your house on fire. So there you guys have it. These are my favorite kitchen tools, kitchen gadgets. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what other one you like to make me, which other video do you like for me to make next. Oh my goodness, I can't even speak. I can show you guys like my favorite small kitchen appliances, my favorite cleaning items that I use to keep this kitchen nice and clean because listen, that's another full-time job. Anyways, that's it for today. Come back next week when I have an all new video. Don't forget to join the Chef Z family. And until next time, I'm Chef Z y buen provecho.